I start, I want to apologise for this video not being edited and being recorded on an iPad, and the fact you can probably hear everything going out there. I'm currently just, this whole scenario, I feel the need to make a video about. I'm not usually a drama channel, and this will not be what this channel ever is again. But Gabbie's one of my favourite YouTubers. She is probably my current favourite YouTuber. And I do want to preface this by saying, I'm not 100% in support of what Gabbie did. She should not have posted it online. I think she did over-exaggerate how much he hurt her, but I think that was more because mentally, she was imagining a lot worse. If you're being assaulted, because I do think she was kind of assaulted, even if Rice didn't actually mean to assault her, you're going to be imagining some pretty crazy stuff happening to you. You're going to be over-exaggerating in your brain how much is happening. In fact, she brought up, maybe she was doing that, he doesn't know, because it was in her mind. You can't control what your mind does with, like, it plays tricks on you kind of stuff. But I also want to say, RiceGum shouldn't have done what he did. Nope, there's no forgiving. Sorry, I'm trying to find my phone. I was going to use it as a prop, but I appear to have lost it, and that's, oh, here it is. Never mind, sorry. I know that's very annoying and I should edit it, but I don't have time. Also, I don't have an editing program on my iPad, so. But yeah, RiceGum made a grab for her phone. This is going to be my prop phone for this demonstration. He made a grab for her phone. She had a right to hold onto her phone because he's going to smash it. And this is her livelihood. This is what she uses to record her vlogs, the camera. She has probably a lot of vlogs on the actual, like, in her videos and stuff that she needs to get up. She probably has a lot of memories, like photos and videos that she will never be able to replicate if it can't be taken, like, restored. Sometimes broken phones, you can get the stuff that was off it, but sometimes you can't. I don't know what she has, if she's been able to. Hopefully she has, but if not, RiceGum's destroyed A, a lot of vlogs, and B, a lot of memories, and C, probably a lot of her contacts that she's never going to find again. So yeah, those are just some very important things, I think. Before I start this video, I also want to say, RiceGum seems like a nice guy. I don't like the style of his videos. I don't like the fact he makes fun of people for a living, and that's how he gets paid, for literally cyberbullying, which is a crime, but we won't bring that up. But I do think, you know, he's probably a very nice guy. He's just says some stuff sometimes online that's not great. Okay, so let's get into the actual thing. So, Gabbie said some stuff on her Snapchat, like she was recording her Snapchat, you know, like this, and she's like, ooh, RiceGum's at this party I'm at. What if I go challenge him to a live rap battle? Woohoo! And in the first rap thing where she's like, hey, RiceGum, wanna have a live rap battle? He's like, yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. Like, he actually was, like, you know, joking around saying, yeah, maybe. No, let's not. And I think if he hadn't joked around, she wouldn't have done it. You know, she would have thought he genuinely was serious. He doesn't want her putting her phone in his face. She should have stopped there. You know, when he said nah, even if it was jokingly, she should have stopped. Or she at least should have said, are you serious with your nah, or are you, like, joking? Like, are we actually going to do this, or do you want me to take my camera out? She was wrong there. I will admit that. But what he did next in no way was what he should have done. So she brings up the ghostwriting scandal, which I don't know much about, so I don't know how that was resolved. But he, as somebody who makes jokes as a living about other people, makes fun of other people, seems to not be able to handle jokes being made about him. So he grabs her phone, tries to forcefully take her phone and smash it. Now this is what I think happened. I was not there, I do not know for certain, but neither were you, presumably, unless you were actually somebody who was at that party, in which case, why are you watching this video? What? So she has a pop socket, which presumably is there, and these are her fingers here. And if someone's trying to take your phone, you have this kind of grip on it, because you're trying to hold it with dear life. So he can't take it this way, because her fingers are being stopped by the pop socket that she has. He can't take it this way because her fingers are protecting her there, and he can't take it he just can't take it this way because also her thumb's there as well as the pop socket. So presumably, like, that's how I would hold it if somebody was trying to take my phone. That's how I would hold it. Like, actually seriously take my phone. Sometimes friends jokingly do it, but he was actually trying seriously to break her phone. So this is how I would have held it. This is how I even hold my phone when friends are jokingly doing it, but because I'm weak, I can't do much about it, and I also let go because, hello, they're joking. But RiceGum was serious, and I think Gabbie realized that pretty quickly. But Gabbie's also strong, so she can, I think, she goes to the gym, she's pretty strong, she's got some muscle, okay? So she could probably hold on to this pretty tightly. So she's holding this, you know, holding for dear life on her phone, or her phone's dear life, really. And he's grabbing it. And I think when he's grabbing it, he's grabbing her arm. Again, not there, don't know, this is just a potential scenario. And I think what the most likely scenario was. So he's grabbing her arm, presumably twisting it as he goes, which is why he maybe gave her the Indian burn. So he does that, and while he's doing this, he's probably also scratching her. Maybe he's pushed her down as he's doing it, or is at least holding her down a bit. He's probably leaving some scratches on her leg just because he's trying to like grab it while she's probably holding it away from him. And that's probably what happened, and that's why she has scratches and had the twisted arm, and that's why she felt she was being assaulted. I do think that that is assault. Him grabbing her arm and pulling it back and to try and grab her phone, just grabbing her phone in general was kind of assault, and then destruction of property. So we can't say she was slandering him when she said he assaulted her, because he did. Legally, he assaulted her. But he did it in... he didn't hit her, which is what she said. But I do think in that scenario, your mind is going to over-exaggerate what is happening, which is probably what she did. She over-exaggerated. She freaked out. She was like, oh my god, this guy is grabbing my arm, trying to grab my phone. I'm being attacked. And that's just what your brain does. So I do think that's probably why she thought he hit her, or at least nearly hit her. She said it herself that she's probably over-exaggerating in her mind, and so she's over-exaggerating in her story. But I just think that's what happened, because if he did break her phone, he had to get the phone, and to do that, you have to be quite forceful, especially with a phone like this. Because also, if she has the pop socket there, you can't pull up or down, because the pop socket will stop it, which is maybe how the pop socket got broken. Not sure, but that's what it would, you know, do in that scenario. So I think him grabbing her phone, he probably he pretty much almost definitely assaulted her, which is probably why she imagined him physically attacking her. That's what probably happened, because he did attack her. The assault, he did attack her to grab her phone. I don't think he did it on purpose. I think he was focused on the phone and didn't realize what he was doing. I think she was focused on the fact somebody's attacking her and doesn't realize it's as bad as it's not as bad as she thinks it is. So I do think Gabbie and RiceGum both were too focused on what they were doing to really realize what was going on. He was assaulting her, that's true. But he wasn't assaulting her the way she thought he was, where he was purposely hitting her and holding her down and scratching her. He was just trying to grab her phone, which is messed up. You don't break people's property, but whatever. I've said this too many times at this point. And he broke her phone and to a million pieces. And yes, he did pay back, and that's good that he did pay her back for that, but it's still messed up. You don't break people's property. Just because you can pay them back for it does not mean you have the right to break someone's property. That's like saying, like, Donald Trump could drive through your house with a semi-truck, and as long as you weren't hurt badly, it's fine, because he can pay you back for it. Like, no, that would be a destruction of property, and it's illegal. And that's the issue here. What he did is illegal. Yes, he paid back, but that does not make it okay. And if he takes legal action against Gabbie for slandering his name, even though she was just telling her side of the story as he is telling his, he's still going to be held accountable for the fact he broke her property and presumably attacked her while doing it, or at least assaulted her while doing it, even if he didn't mean to. So that's basically my view on this. Of course, I'm probably wrong. I was not there. I don't know for certain. This is just how I can imagine it happening and how both of their stories kind of make sense at the same time. People are going to say, oh, but there's that eyewitness scarce or whatever. I'm not a big fan of Scarce. I don't think I've watched any of his videos, but from what I know, he's a drama channel, right? Like, he makes drama videos. Let me just look it up just in case. But I think, fairly certain, yeah, he reports YouTube news and drama. It's in his best interest as a drama channel to lie. It just is. That's how drama channels make money. They tell stories. And sometimes those stories are false. So maybe he is telling the truth. Maybe from his view, RiceGum didn't assault Gabbie. But he has a right, well, not a right, but he presumably it's in his best interest to lie a bit and say, oh no, he didn't touch her at all. He just grabbed her phone without touching her, because that's how phones work. what. But yeah, so I don't trust him as an eyewitness. If a lot of eyewitnesses say, no, he didn't grab her, she just had a very loose grip on her phone and he managed to pull it out while that happened, which I don't think that would happen, especially if she realized quickly that he did it, because in her story, he was attacking her for a while and trying to grab it. So she'd have a strong grip. So yeah, that's just my view. Leave your own view in the comments below. Not now. I should edit that out. I can't be bothered. As I've said, I don't have an editing program. I know I'm a mess. This video is a mess. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. And this video is probably going to get a lot of dislikes just from people who are angry about my opinion. I'm sorry. It's just what I think happened. I'm probably wrong. But you might be wrong too. Don't act as if you know exactly what's happened and I won't act like I know what's happened, because I definitely don't. None of us were there, and people who were there are the only ones who can really tell us for certain. And I don't trust Scares. He is a drama channel, and he's the only eyewitness that I know of that's come forward and said Gabbie was lying, so it's not proof. Proof would be if 5 people came forward and said, yeah, she's lying. He didn't attack her at all. He just managed to slip the phone out while she wasn't paying attention. And then destroy it, which is still illegal. But yeah, I do want to say this video is not to hate on RiceGum, although it may have come across like that. As I said, I'm sure he's a lovely guy. He just made a dumb mistake. A lot of people make dumb mistakes. Gabbie made a dumb mistake reporting it on YouTube instead of going to the police about it, you know? Which she probably should have, and is why a lot of people are probably saying it's not real, because she didn't report it. But hopefully she does report it if it is real, and the police take care of it, and it's not held to YouTube keyboard warriors and people like me who don't know what happened. So yeah, this is just my personal opinion on what happened. I don't know for certain, neither do you. So please don't say, oh, you're totally wrong, because we don't know. Unless you were there and you have video footage, you don't know. Hopefully this all resolves itself. I know I'm adding fuel to the fire and I'm sorry, but Gabbie's one of my favorite YouTubers, and I felt the need to explain, hey, maybe she was exaggerating, but maybe it's not how we thought it happened. Maybe we're wrong, or maybe her brain messed it up. That happens in these kind of scenarios. So yeah, please don't hate this video or me. You can leave intellectual debate kind of stuff in the comments below, like as long as you're calm and collected about it and describing it, I'm going to leave it be, because that's actually kind of what I want. I want to see what your opinion is. Even if it is Gabbie's 100% wrong, I still know she's not perfect. No one's perfect, and that might be the case. So I will, you know, leave a comment up. But if you use hateful language in any way, or you start saying, Gabbie's a freaking liar, and she deserves to go die in hell or whatever for slandering RiceGum's name, if you start doing stuff like that, I'm going to delete your comment. Don't say, oh, you're removing free speech. I just don't want hatred on my channel. That's simple as that. I don't want people spreading this to be a community of hate. I want it to be a community of love and understanding and debate. So yeah, if you want to debate intellectually and calmly, cool, awesome. But if either side, because I know some people are going to be like, oh, you're only deleting my RiceGum fan comments. No, if either side, if Gabbie Show fans also comment back hate to me or another commenter, I'm deleting it. I'm not going to be biased in this. Although it may take a while for me to see the comments, because YouTube and I'm at school and stuff. But if I see the comment, I will delete it when I see it. Okay? So now that that's cleared up, feel free to comment down below intellectual and calm debates about it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry if I ruined RiceGum or was mean to RiceGum. That's not what I want. I don't want to be RiceGum and make fun of people. I'm sure he's a lovely guy. I just think what he did was kind of wrong, and he should say, yeah, I messed up. And he should apologize to Gabbie for saying she's lying. Because I think she might be exaggerating, but I don't think she's 100% lying. So, yeah, just my personal opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching. I also think Gabbie should apologize. Sorry, I know I'm just making this all kinds of mess. Because, you know, just in general, like, it's a very messy subject. Both Gabbie and RiceGum should apologize for her for making this a YouTube thing instead of a police matter. And him for saying that she's slandering his name when really she's just telling her side of the story, which is what he would have encouraged. And probably would have done anyways. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry this video is not edited and stuff and it's really messy. I'm just very lazy. Okay. Love you guys so much for watching. Bye! Oh my god.